Why hard work alone will never make you wealthy? Most people believe a simple lie. They believe that if they just work harder, longer hours, more sacrifice, more effort, wealth will eventually follow. But hard work alone has never created wealth. And if it did, the richest people in the world would be factory workers, farmers, and laborers. The truth is uncomfortable but necessary. Hard work is important, but it is not the deciding factor. Leverage is. You can work 10 hours a day for 10 years and still struggle, not because you are lazy, but because effort without strategy has a ceiling. Every job that trades time for money has a limit. There are only 24 hours in a day. Once your time is fully sold, income stops growing. That's the trap most people never escape. They work harder when money's tight. They take extra shifts. They sacrifice weekends. But no matter how hard they work, the math never changes. Wealth is not built by effort alone. It is built by systems that continue working when you stop. The wealthy understand something most people never learn. Hard work is for survival. Leverage is for wealth. Leverage comes in many forms. It can be capital. It can be skills. It can be technology. It can be people. It can be ownership. When you own assets, your income is no longer limited by hours. It's multiplied by scale. This is why two people can work equally hard and end up in completely different financial positions. One works for income, the other builds income-producing assets. Hard work without ownership builds someone else's dream. Hard work with ownership builds freedom. That doesn't mean hard work is useless. It means hard work must be directed. Working hard at the wrong thing keeps you busy. Working strategically at the right thing creates results. The shift happens when you stop asking, how can I work harder? And start asking, how can I make my effort multiply? This is where most people resist, because leverage requires patience. It requires learning. It requires delayed gratification. It means working today for rewards you won't see immediately. That's why it feels uncomfortable. That's why it feels boring. But boring is where wealth is built. Every wealthy person you admire worked hard, but not endlessly. They worked hard up front to build systems, skills, and assets that paid them back repeatedly. They didn't rely on motivation. They relied on structure. They didn't trade hours forever. They transitioned from labor to leverage. If hard work alone created wealth, most people would already be rich. The difference is not effort, it's direction. Work hard, but work smart. Build assets. Build skills that scale. Build systems that don't require your presence to produce income. Because effort without leverage keeps you tired. Effort with leverage builds freedom. And that is the distinction that changes everything. Before you go, I want to hear from you. Do you believe hard work alone is enough to build wealth, or do you think leverage and ownership matter more? Drop your answer in the comments, and if this message challenged the way you think about money, let me know what part stood out the most. I read every comment, and your perspective might help someone else see things differently.